Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Are you ready? Because we are in for yet another freeze. And Adam, we're going to go to you. How cold is it going to get? And what does tomorrow look like?
Well, it's going to be a really chilly start to the day. We're talking mid-20s for most of us. Uvalde, Hondo, 24, 25 in San Antonio. In the hill country, a little bit cooler, 20 Kerrville and Ingram, even 19 in Fredericksburg. So feeling the chill and a hard freeze to start the weekend. Converse 25 and Elmendorf 26 for the morning temperature. Tomorrow afternoon, we warm up into the mid-40s. At least we get above freezing. We'll be 45 degrees in the afternoon, and we will have some sunshine, especially the first half of the day. Then some changes come as we get into Sunday. So the hard freeze tonight, mid-20s. That's our first headline. Chilly weekend temperatures, mid-40s is the warmest we'll get. That's tomorrow. Then lower 40s for the high on Sunday. And rain returns. It begins on Sunday. I'll give you the timeline and even where we could see maybe a little bit of brief, insignificant wintry precipitation as this begins, and more importantly, how much rain we can get as our pattern shifts into next week.
Adam, thank you. Since the horrific school shooting at Robb Elementary 20 months ago, the families of the victims have wanted officials to be held accountable. And today, the Uvalde County District Attorney convened a special grand jury to go over her investigative materials. As Lee Waldman explains, it's a rarely used tactic, but one criminal defense attorney believes that it could also be a good tool.
After repeated calls Thursday.
Do your job.
What else does she possibly need to prosecute?
Uvalde County District Attorney Christina Mitchell making a big step Friday, convening a special grand jury to examine the Robb Elementary School shooting investigation. The news first reported by the Uvalde Leader News.
So what that should help.
Criminal defense attorney Brent De La Paz says calling for a special grand jury is a unique move.
A special grand jury has this specific purpose of looking at one particular issue, one particular case.
A dozen people from the community will serve on the special grand jury, going over the investigation that the Texas Rangers handed over to Mitchell. KSAT has learned through a joint lawsuit with other media organizations against the Texas Department of Public Safety, the investigative material is 2.8 terabytes of data.
And the whole purpose is for them to look at everything instead of one thing in a vacuum. Now they have an array of information that they can pore over.
The special grand jury can subpoena witnesses, compel evidence, and most importantly, ask questions about charges that could be brought.
Child endangerment. Do you think that would be a fair charge to present to a special grand jury or grand jury? And
everything is going to be on the table, and I think if a special grand juror were to ask that exact same question, I think that's a fair question to ask.
Child endangerment is a felony charge in Texas. It has a statute of limitations of 5 years or 10 years after the victim's 18th birthday. The special grand jury proceedings are expected to last at least 6 months. Then they'll hand over their recommendations to the DA. From there, Mitchell can sit a regular grand jury and pursue criminal charges if she chooses.
They can then use that information to start asking those questions, to start trying to find out what is a reasonable charge to bring and against whom.
Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
So news of the special grand jury also comes one day after the Justice Department released its nearly 600-page report on the law enforcement response to that shooting. We told you about that yesterday. Law enforcement agencies everywhere are looking at that report specifically. It's nearly 300 safety recommendations. One police training instructor tells the night team's Patty Santos that all of us could learn from that tragedy.
A horrendous way to learn.
Michael Davis says every mass shooting since 1999 has changed the way law enforcement are trained, including the 2022 shooting in Uvalde.
Always as instructors, we look at after-action reports and DOJ recommendations so that we can be ahead of the game and start to look at, what could be the next threat.
Davis is an instructor at the Alamo Area Regional Law Enforcement Academy. He urges all public safety agencies to review the 600-page report and its nearly 300 recommendations immediately.
Having that mindset of it'll never happen here or it hasn't happened here is the wrong mindset to have. Our goal is to be prepared.
Davis says officers from 12 counties get state and federally required training at the academy, and the report has prompted his team to take action.
We've seen our committees start to communicate, bring in agency heads and say, hey, let's have a conversation.
He hopes law enforcement leaders will take 3 steps. 1, see the need to strategically communicate with neighboring entities. 2, update policies. And 3, practice their emergency plans.
But the more you plan for these types of things, the better you can mitigate and work around it. All of it really comes down to having those discussions, training, mutual aid agreements.
We asked area school districts if their police departments have reviewed the recommendations. Northeast ISD said, quote, "We will continue to go through the report and ensure our police officers and safety specialists are apprised of it as well." Northside ISD says the police department has the report and, quote, "School safety will always be a priority for us at NISD, as will our efforts to improve existing practices and protocols." San Antonio police said their officers go through the state active shooter training every 2 years. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Now, in other news now, we're still working to get you more information for this next story, but this is what we know right now. 1 man is dead. A woman was found locked in a room at an apartment complex near Culebra and Reed. Police say that 1 person was arrested in connection to that event. Officers are also telling us that 1 person was taken to the hospital, so we're going to keep checking up on that. Now, switching gears, a wanted man is behind bars, and the reason that he's in custody is because police in Cibolo shot at him this morning after something else that was unrelated. Now, police found 34-year-old Cesar Gomez after someone called 911 around 8 this morning, saying that a man was acting strangely at a gas station on the 2400 block of FM 1103. And when police got there, they found Gomez and a second man in a vehicle. Once they realized that Gomez had warrants for meth and violating probation, police say that they tried getting Gomez to step out of the vehicle. Police say he refused, which then led to an altercation. And investigators say that Gomez then pulled a gun on officers. That's when officers say they opened fire. But here's the thing, nobody was hit. Now Gomez is also facing aggravated assault and unlawful carry charges. You can believe this. So we're talking thousands of dollars worth of stolen goods during 3 separate break-ins within 24 hours at this place. It all happened at the Smash and Crab Commissary near Uvalde and I-10. You're looking at security video here. It shows 2 men breaking the lock on a trailer around 2:30 Sunday morning. Now we're going to be blurring their faces, which is what you see there, until police confirm that they're the suspects. Now they take off with boxes of meat in a white pickup. Then they return with a black SUV around 7 a.m. At that time, 4 men left with a second round of merchandise. Security video shows the white pickup then returned a 3rd time. That was around 9 that night, and they got more boxes.
It was just really hard to watch, just watching all of our stuff kind of go out the back door into a pickup truck. I mean, I hope you get caught, and I hope you learn a lesson from this, because it's not right.
Now, the commissary CEO says that the stuff that was stolen cost them up to $20,000 in sales.
We, the jury, find the defendant Gilson Abelard Rodriguez, a.k.a. Andres Rodriguez, guilty of the offense of capital murder as alleged in count 1 of the indictment.
You heard it right there. That was the verdict in the trial of Gilson Abelard Rodriguez. The jury announced its decision just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Abelard Rodriguez was on trial for the 2018 murders of Nicholas Milanovic and Julia Wright. Yesterday, he told the jury that he killed them because he and his girlfriend had actually threatened him to. Abelard Rodriguez is going to automatically be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Two San Antonio ISD officials have lost their jobs after heating problems at the district school. San Antonio ISD Superintendent Jaime Aquino told people or the staff in a memo last night that he accepted the resignations of Deputy Superintendent of Operations Ken Thompson and Chief of Operations Mike Eaton. In his memo, Aquino said the district knows there's more than one cause to the heating problems and that it plans to examine the event and publish a report. But he also said that it was an error on the part of leaders in the district. By the way, all of the district's 98 schools have been out for the past 2 days. And the district released a statement tonight saying it's working around the clock to then make sure that schools are going to reopen on Monday. Part of the statement reads, quote, "Over the past few days, our team has been diligently focused on this matter, and this dedication will persist through the weekend as we navigate the reopening process next week." So stay with us on KSAT.com for the very latest on any potential school delays or closures. We'll have that for you. Okay, speaking of delays happening right now, major road closures in place at 1604 and I-10. It's part of TxDOT's massive expansion project. We're going to show you some video. This really took me aback. It was from Sky 12 just a little while ago. Shows exactly what we're talking about. Look, no one's moving there. We're talking about the changing the main lanes at the Loop 1604 and the I-10 interchange. The closures went into effect just a little bit over an hour ago, and they're expected to reopen Monday morning at 5. Now, we know that that's a major intersection in town, so we have you covered on KSAT.com with everything you need to know when it comes to detours and other closures and delays on the roads. Just look for this article over on KSAT.com and be patient if you know anybody who's waiting there now. All right. If you bought a home in the last few years, you experienced the red-hot seller's market. But how about now? What can prospective home buyers expect in 2024? That's next on the Nightbeat. A new year could mean new movement for the San Antonio real estate market. High home prices, even higher mortgage rates were really the norm last year, but let's look forward. Now, realtors are talking to the Night Team's Avery Everett about what to expect in 2024.
This area leading right into the family area.
In the hunt to buy a home,
it's going to be a very solid market.
Broker associate David Anderson says he's hopeful for 2024.
I think it has a potential to be really solid.
After a year of high home prices and high mortgage rates, Anderson says the San Antonio real estate market is on the move.
Everything that was going wrong at the beginning of 2022 is going right in 2024.
Right now, looking at the potential for 2024,
it's a Toastmaster fireplace.
Anderson says mortgage rates could see the most change.
We know interest rates. In the last 11 weeks, interest rates have dropped continually. The last 2 weeks bumped up a little bit, but we know everything that falls quickly must come back up quickly.
Right now, he says home prices in some parts of town are still pretty steep.
Prices are not coming down, but they're still going up, but at a slower rate, which helps out buyers.
Anderson says 2024 will still be a seller's market, meaning the demand for homes is still higher than the supply.
And this house in particular.
His advice for those looking to sell is simple.
Get your homes ready and get them on the market now, because if you wait till the competition gets there, you're going to be behind the curve.
Brokers tell us what's available on the market, and interest rates are usually the typical factors that can really fluctuate a market. In 2024, though, the real estate market could be impacted by a couple of new laws that just took effect at the beginning of this year involving property taxes and homeowners associations.
This has been something that's been pushed for a while.
John Taylor, a political science professor at UTSA, says of the 31 new laws that went into effect on January 1st, multiple could have market impacts.
Regarding property taxes, specifically, people need to keep in mind that it drives down local school district tax rates and doubles the homestead exemption.
Some laws could even affect current homeowners.
HOAs have to provide property owners with a list of what is not allowed.
A new year could always bring new challenges.
You can imagine all the things, the lively people moving around.
But Anderson says for the first time in a long time, he's feeling hopeful about market change. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
By the way, if that's you, if you're looking for a home this year, good luck. I certainly hope that you get it if you're ready. But here's the thing. When you get temperatures like this, there's so much work that goes into protecting your house. 36 degrees out there right now. Adam?
You know, I still have my outdoor spigots wrapped up, and I'm not going to unwrap them until we get into Monday when temperatures really warm back up again, or just leave it. I mean, it's not like you water much this time of year anyway. The grass doesn't do it any good. All right, let's talk about the weekend. Hard freeze in the morning tomorrow, 25 degrees in the morning, then 45 in the afternoon with some sunshine. Clouds roll in Saturday night, Sunday cloudy and turning damp. Notice 42 Sunday afternoon, so a cold day, but also right near freezing Sunday morning. And I think that could lead to a little bit of wintry precipitation in the hill country around sunrise on Sunday. Now, don't get excited by this, and I think the futurecast is a little dramatic here, overdoing it, at least in terms of the optics and how it looks. But overall, very light sprinkle activity Sunday morning could lead to an extremely light glaze, insignificant glaze on some elevated surfaces. We're talking mailboxes, some street signs, maybe a few windshields. That would be through about 9 a.m. on Sunday. Keep in mind, I know you're seeing pink here. That doesn't guarantee it. And also, this is very light precipitation that really wouldn't add up to much, if anything. So impact would be little to none, and travel should be just fine. Just something to keep in mind if you're in the hill country or venturing through it early on Sunday morning. After 9, 10 o'clock, you don't even have to think about it. Rain will slowly and gradually overspread south central Texas on Sunday. It's going to come and go and be light in nature, but Sunday night it becomes more widespread. The showers more numerous, and we start to see some embedded downpours developing after midnight early Monday morning, all the way through, look at the time here, 6 a.m., the morning commute on Monday. So back to work, back to school, and it's back to having an umbrella at the bus stop and using your windshield wipers if you're commuting in. Non-severe storms are likely to be embedded within that activity. So notice our rain chances, 60% as we get later into Sunday night at 80%. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 40 to 60%. Good rain chances. We like to see this, and we need it because we have a parade of disturbances headed our way. Notice this nice swirl south of Alaska. This is the main upper level disturbance that's throwing these other little ones farther to the east and into the lower 48 here. And you can really see it by looking at the water vapor imagery. See that big swirl south of the Aleutian Islands? East of it, it's throwing these other smaller swirls toward the west coast of the U.S. And we're going to tap into some of these and see a series of them, or a parade of disturbances, if you will. The first one will be Sunday into Monday. The second one, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. And the third one, I don't think it's going to be as much of a rainmaker, just a few isolated showers possible as we get into Thursday with this little dip in the upper level flow. So at least we have some good rain chances. And as for overall accumulations, it's still early, and most of this is going to depend on where the heaviest rain sets up, which can mean the difference of just a matter of miles and a few inches difference. But I think as a rule of thumb, in and around San Antonio, about 2 inches. I think many rain gauges will have 2 inches. You go east of town, that's where we're talking about 5 inches or more, closer to the Gulf Coast, and along the Rio Grande, an inch or less. We're not going to see as much rain closer to the Rio Grande. Otherwise, temperatures next week with that rain, intermittent rain, I should say, at least back in the 60s. So that'll be nice. It'll be damp outside, but not that cold damp.
Okay, these are numbers that I like to see. The numbers I don't like to see are 4 points. Just a 4-point spread.
Yeah, so the Spurs, last time they hammered the Hornets because they had Wemby in the lineup. Tonight, they didn't have Wemby, so it was a bit more of a struggle. It was very close. Oh, man, it went down to the wire, but turnovers really hurt the Spurs tonight. And USM&T has taken over Toyota Field coming up. What do you think about the Alamo City?
I love it.
Yeah. And Wade will bring his love to the SA Brahmas and big board sports. All right, Spurs fans representing the silver and black in Charlotte tonight for the Spurs and Hornets. Once down 11 in the first quarter, Blake Wesley gets out for a fast break layup, tying this at 32-all, but Charlotte led 34-32 after one. LaMelo Ball and the Hornets controlled the second quarter. He steals the ball here, and then back at the other end, he dribbles behind his back, stops, and switches hands in the air for two of his game-high 28 points, and Charlotte led 66-58 at halftime. Third quarter, the Spurs have closed the gap when they turn defense into offense. They create a turnover, and then Devin Vassell feeds Keldon Johnson for some jam and timeout Hornets as the lead is down to 2, but they were up by 12 after 3 as you look at that flush again. Fourth quarter, Doug McDermott finds Dominic Barlow for the layup and 1 3-point play, and the Spurs take the lead 103-102 with some 8:30 left in regulation, but the Hornets will come back to beat the Spurs with Wemby sitting on the bench 124-120.
We gave up 24 points off turnovers, and for us, that's the game. We actually shot better tonight, got us back in the game, but the 24 points off turnovers were really the difference overall.
The Spurs will now head off to D.C. to face the Washington Wizards tomorrow night, meaning Trey Jones will get to face his older bro Tyus, who plays for the Wizards.
I left that up to him because it's his home game. I leave that up to him, but in a couple of weeks, they're all coming down to San Antonio then, so then it'll be on me. But this one, he's got the tickets, flights, where people are staying, everything.
Turning to football, San Antonio Brahmas head coach Wade Phillips is making the rounds as he gets ready for his first season in the Alamo City. During the 2023 XFL season, he served as head coach of the Houston Roughnecks and led them to a 7-3 record. Now is getting ready to lead the Brahmas. He stopped by KSAT 12, and we asked him his thoughts about the XFL and the USFL merging into one league, the UFL.
Yeah, I think it was hard to have two spring leagues, but now you put them together, you're even stronger. We've got players from both leagues, the best ones from both leagues, melding into 8 teams, and so I think you'll have a real high-quality football.
What do you find are the benefits of the spring football leagues?
Well, it's an opportunity. It really is an opportunity for those guys, the players, to take the next step, to show what they can do. Some of them missed out. Some of them were hurt and never got the opportunity. Some of them didn't get drafted. And then, we've seen how many undrafted players have made it in the NFL. Well, this gives them that opportunity. We're going to have a good football team. We're going to have an exciting team, air raid offense, the Phillips defense, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
So, Yeah, we'll put that together, and we'll have. I think the fans will really enjoy coming out and watching us play, but we want to win first.
The UFL season will kick off Saturday, March 30th, and as soon as we know the Brahmas schedule, we'll pass it on.
Honestly, we play in big stadiums all the time. As we able to come to more of an intimate one is super cool, sold out crowd, so I'm excited for it.
What are your thoughts just on getting to see the facility finally?
Oh, it's nice. For a USL team, it's unbelievable. It's nice. The fields over there, plenty of fields. All you could ask for, right?
Aiden Morris and the U.S. men's national soccer team are impressed with Toyota Field and the practice fields used by San Antonio FC. Team USA is here to face Slovenia in a friendly tomorrow afternoon.
When we sat down with the group, players and staff, on the first day of camp, we set out with objectives as what we're looking to achieve in this camp. And I can say that, we're on track for all of them, and now it's about finishing up the camp with a strong performance against Slovenia.
USA and Slovenia will play tomorrow 2 p.m. at Toyota Field. The Houston Astros Caravan was in town after the break.
It's okay. If it was Louis Vuitton, I'd still take it. Thank you.
That Astros fan was all smiles after 2 members of the team assigned her purse today while the Astros Caravan was in town. They made a few stops, including the River Walk, to meet and greet their San Antonio area fans.
Throughout the season and everything, we love the support that the community gives us, and being able to come out and show face and get to interact with people face to face is awesome. It's awesome to see the support, and it's good to give back.
Able to travel around and make sure to interact with as many fans as we can. I think the fans enjoy it, we enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun to do.
The Astros brought some hardware with them, which was certainly a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the temperature is.
Yep.
They're just happy to be there.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back after this.
A cold weekend, 25 in the morning, only low to mid 40s each afternoon, and even Sunday morning, pretty close to freezing. And again, some of the morning sprinkles on Sunday could leave an insignificant and no impact light glaze on elevated surfaces in the hill country. But travel should be just fine. And then we're looking at some much needed rain late Sunday into Monday and parts of next week.
All right. Have a fabulous weekend. Stay warm.